All right, good morning, Facebook.
Facebook, what's going on?
Our VRT following crew.
We've been MIA on this live broadcast for a couple of months. I know we were going to we were going to start this as a monthly thing, but we're picking it back up. Sorry that we've been away for a while.
We've been busy putting people in the Army.
Yeah, what he said.
For those new people that are on our page now, Sergeant Isaac, and this is
Sergeant Wicker. We are your virtual recruiting team for Columbus Battalion.
We cover most of Central Ohio, Southern Ohio, Northern Kentucky, Northern West Virginia. Our job is to kind of find people that are interested in joining the Army, and we talk to them and then get them hooked up with a local Army recruiter. So if you guys have any questions about the Army or Army Reserve, we're here to answer your questions. We'll probably be on here for, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes, depending on how many people we get on here. How's it going, Tyler? You already joined?
Who's that?
His name's Tyler. He was down at the Cincinnati Reds game.
Oh, okay. What's going on, Tyler? Did you enjoy the game, the live field action out there? That was a pretty good event, man. To go out there on the baseball field. If you haven't checked out our video from the Cincinnati Reds game on the 4th of July, go ahead and check that out. So there has been a couple changes to some incentives and programs that we have that we're going to address today as well, particularly with the college program and how it works with the tuition assistance. There was a recent change in that a lot of people were asking about, so we'll address that in a few minutes. So they can using TA right away, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why it's doing this on this computer. I was gonna do the comments on here. It stopped for whatever reason.
Hey, Sergeant Isaac.
So what's going on out there?
What is Isaac at?
What's that?
Come back. Yeah, see the boss about next week.
Roger.
We have to do. We have a live session.
Oh, you're doing a live session?
Can you do it afterwards? Do that part.
Yeah, this afternoon.
Right.
Maybe about 13:30 or something like that.
Roger.
Sorry,
That's fine.
good enough.
With you.
2 weeks.
Phones
Okay,
today, 'cause
cool,
we
man.
realized our laptops don't have a.
Let's see.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Where's your band station at? Oh, why did it turn sideways? You turn it back. I don't know why it turned sideways.
Hey, you might try asking Luke sometime if you guys can
Yeah, we
use
will.
that telepresence device there.
We will. We just realized it today.
All right, Tyler. So basically, how it works when you get stationed somewhere, you're going to get like a wish list. They're going to ask you for your, I believe it's top 5 places. It could have changed since I've been through, but basically it's a wish list. So at the end of the day, you could be placed at your first choice, or you might get your 5th choice. But yeah, it's also needs of the Army. If the Army needs your specific skill set at one of the Army bases and it's lacking your job, they're probably definitely going to pull you in. I didn't get my first choice, but it all worked out. I really liked where I ended up going. So sometimes change is cool. You get to learn a new area of the United States or another part of the world.
Yeah, I know sometimes they try to accommodate those that are top of their class. So I would say try to do the best that you can in your AIT course. And if you're like in the top 10%, they try to look out for you on that wish list and try to get you what you want. So that's just a little motivation for you. What's his MOS?
What's your MOS, Tyler?
Who's on right now? Is my cousin out there?
You can't tell. I don't think.
No, you can't. I'm gonna text him.
Okay, so I mean, you can kind of end up anywhere. Some of the big bases, especially being airborne. I mean, Fort Bragg. You can end up over in Germany, Italy. Man, you can be anywhere. Fort Hood, Texas. But usually, being airborne, you're going to go to a base that you're going to be assigned to an airborne unit, especially coming right out of basic and AIT. If you do have that in your contract. But like I said, you might not end up in an airborne unit, but I would say you probably will. Hey, how's it going? To anyone new that's on here, we're just on here to answer any questions you might have about the Army or Army Reserve. So ask away. What's up, Sergeant Stolte?
No, Stolte's on, huh?
What time is it out there? Isn't it like 7 o'clock in the morning out there on the West Coast? Early riser.
It doesn't matter, man. When the VRT is on, it doesn't matter. Everybody tunes in. We appreciate the support, though. This is what we have to do. This is our job. So pass the message. If you haven't, I know the last time that we were on was a couple months ago with the new website, GoArmyOhio.com. Check out that website. Has some useful information on there. Like I said, we don't just cover Columbus. We cover different areas. So West Virginia, parts of northern Kentucky, Cincinnati, Dayton, all the southern Ohio pretty much we cover. So just because it's Columbus virtual recruiting team doesn't mean that we only cover Columbus area. So check us out. Follow us on Instagram too.
At VRT Columbus.
Yeah.
We have not started recruiting for the Space Force, but it is coming. It's coming.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be the ones that head that thing up. What's going on, man?
What's up, fella?
Coming over here and interrupting our broadcast, man.
Oh, really?
Everyone, welcome.
Hey, we have a-
this
we
right here
have
is
a
Sergeant
visitor.
Middleton. This is our guest today.
Howdy.
Say what's up to the world, man.
What's going
This right here is
on?
one of the best recruiters in the Columbus Recruiting Battalion.
Yeah, all right. Nobody knows him. No, we love you, man. We appreciate what you do, man.
Robert, the Space Force is officially not an MOS yet. There are no bonuses at this time, but they're coming. The Space Force is going to be big.
Yeah. We try to do it once a month. You really know? Oh, okay. Come on, man. Hey,
Sergeant Stolte's on here.
anytime you want to come by, man. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Anyone got any more questions about the Army? Has anyone else that's watching already enlisted? Got any questions about your contract? What's to come next? Basic, AIT?
Brief them on that update with the tuition assistance.
So this broadcast.
All right, so tuition assistance now for those that are going to use that incentive once you join. Before it was you had to wait 1 full year once you graduate AIT to use that. Now it is automatic. So as soon as you get to your first duty station or you get back to your home of record after training, if you join the Army Reserve, you can start using that right away. How does the red like? I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about, Tyler. As far as registrate, are you talking about reception? Like whenever you get to reception at basic training? If you are talking about that, yeah, I would say reception's kind of, you're going to go through a couple of the same things you did at MEPS, but you're going to be getting a haircut if you have long hair. Everyone's going to have, a short, bald head. You're going to be getting issued your uniforms, getting sized for running shoes,
Started.
Yeah, you're going to get your pay started. You're going to get your ID card.
Insurance.
Yeah, you're going to make sure that all your insurance is set up. Basically all the admin stuff before you get into training, because as soon as you get into basic training that first week, you're going to hit the ground running. It's going to be fast. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to get a whole lot of information. But yeah, reception, it can last anywhere from, I don't know, 3 to 7 days. It just kind of depends on how fast they're pushing you through. There's going to be a lot of sitting around and waiting, because you're waiting on everybody else to do the same exact thing that you just did. So you might do 2 hours worth of stuff in a whole entire 8-hour day. So, but it's not that bad. What's up, Sergeant Bloomfield?
It's pretty much just preparing you for the journey ahead. That's all. Preparing you for the journey ahead. What else is going on out there? What's new out there? Who was that? What's that, sir?
Haircut, TA-50, meet your drill sergeant.
Yeah, pretty much. Get all that fancy equipment for training.
Show you guys our cool little office here. We got a couple posters. Soldier's Creed. That right there is what you're about to be, Tyler. Airborne.
First week is basic training. Is not that bad. It was more funny than anything to me.
Cool. Yeah. The first week of basic training, those first few weeks, it's definitely going to be rough. It's going to be different. You're going to be out of your normal environment. So if you go into it well prepared, have a strong mindset, it's really not that bad. You're going to be learning a lot. Just know that those drill sergeants there are to teach you, and they're there in your best interest. Of course, there's going to be yelling, a lot of physical fitness going on.
A lot of classroom time.
A lot of classroom. Death by PowerPoint is what we call it in the Army. But you're going to learn a lot. You're going to meet a lot of great people in those first 3 weeks. You guys are all going to start to work together as a team, be one cohesive group. So it's a pretty cool experience.
It is. Have fun.
You get to do what you call pugils in the first 3 weeks. So you get to put on basically a football helmet with a mask, and you have a giant Q-tip looking thing. You go out there and you fight to be the best platoon.
Forgot about that.
It's a lot of fun. What's up, Enid? Congratulations on getting your citizenship today. It's a big step.
Citizenship today?
What's that?
You said somewhere.
It's at the end of this fiscal year. Oh, you can. Right there is our website that Sergeant Wicker just posted. If you guys want to check that out, we got a lot of cool information. Share it on your personal Facebook, share our page.
Seriously, we appreciate all the support, though. Starting this program back in January, and now the amount of followers that we have and the people that have reached out to us and things of that nature, we appreciate all the support. All social media outlets, again, VRT Columbus, our Virtual Recruiting Team Columbus, and the website that I just posted. That's what I had to say, man. You have to put the camera on.
Anyone here from the Columbus area? If you're going to be out at the Franklin County Fair this week, we have some group recruiters out there, so you can stop by and talk to them. They got the big semi-trailer with all the cool virtual virtual simulators inside of it. I'm not sure what all else is in that one this time, because I haven't actually been out there yet. But yeah, definitely go talk to some of the recruiters out there. They're out there for you guys. bring a friend if you have anyone that's interested. Show them some of the cool stuff the Army can offer them. Yeah, definitely go check out the Franklin County Fair. Get yourself a funnel cake and go talk to the recruiters.
I'm sure they'll have some good freebies to give away as well. They always have a lot of stuff to give away out there.
We'll also be at the State Fair starting next Wednesday, I believe. So we'll be out there for a couple weeks, so you can talk to the recruiters there too if you're going to be out at the Ohio State Fair.
I was going to say, you'll be gone. What are you talking about, we? But you'll be back by then. Where you going this weekend?
This week, can you... Yes, you can. As long as you have documentation showing that it is in the process of being reinstated, you can use that.
We'll take care of it.
If anyone's going to be in Minneapolis this weekend, I'll be out there for the Summer X Games. That awesome Army pay is about to, pay for my trip out there. Staying in a hotel downtown Minneapolis. Got VIP tickets to the X Games. The Army's great.
Yeah, whatever. I didn't get an invite for that. It's okay. It's all right. If you're in the Columbus area, I'll be here in Columbus. Try to find a car show or something to get into. Oh, the Jazz and Rib Fest is this weekend.
It is.
Yeah, that's where I'll be at. I'll be eating some ribs. So if you're downtown Columbus this weekend, come find me at the Jazz and Rib Fest. I'll be down there. What? So what's up? Who else is out there?
Where are you from, Adu? Sorry if I'm saying that incorrectly.
All right.
Where you live at currently?
You guys should be asking more questions about the Army. We want to answer some questions. We want to talk about some stuff. I didn't do that.
All right, cool. Shoot us a message on our page and give us your name and phone number. Antonio, what was your prior MOS? Because sometimes you end up with the same one, but I mean, it's all going to depend on. Sometimes it's needs of the Army when you decide you want to come back in.
Are you airborne qualified? And it depends on if you're going active duty or reserve.
He said active.
Oh, active? Okay. Yeah, there could possibly be some options out there. It just depends on what your previous MOS was and what your previous rank was. And also if you have an honorable discharge or what your RE code is. You're a hater, man. You're not a Lakers fan now? You suck. Okay. What was your rank when you got out? Just send us a message, and we'll discuss that offline. We'll see what's out there for you. We'll need a copy of your 214, page 4. Let us know what area you live in as well. so that we can set you up with a recruiter near your location. Like I said, we cover pretty much all of southern Ohio, parts of northern Kentucky, and western West Virginia. So, pretty big area if you need information. And if you stay outside of those areas, though, just let us know anyway, and we can still put you in contact with a recruiter nearest you. So,
And if you're still in the reserve, you're going to have to get released from your unit.
Oh, still in the reserves.
You're going to have to get a DD
Conditional.
form 368. So you need to talk to your unit to see if they're willing to release you. And then if they're all on board, we need to get you hooked up with a recruiter, and they can facilitate the process and help you get that form started and send up your chain of command.
Melissa Cassidy out of my brother's infantry. I know they have many similarities, but I wanted to know what separates the two.
One of them is a reconnaissance MOS. One of them goes in after the recon has been done. Honestly, I'm not going to try to answer that for you. Everyone just has a separate skill set and mission. I'm not gonna dive into that because I can't even answer that. It's going pretty good up here. Where are you from? You might be from Houston. I think I've seen his stuff.
So what's up out there? What other questions y'all got? What do y'all want to talk about? We're going to give this thing probably about 10 more minutes before we hop off. Got some other things to take care of today. Like I said, we just want to answer any questions that you all may have. So just let us know. You got any questions, hit us up.
Yes, Civil Affairs is open to entry level. And honestly, I have no idea what reclass is like. You get to go through the training once you've been accepted into it. And then from there, you'll go to a more likely a Civil Affairs unit or to another unit that has positions available for Civil Affairs.
I had a friend that went into Civil Affairs about 2 years ago. He was telling me about the process. So you want to know a little more about that, just hit me on a private message. I can get some details to you about that process.
Yeah, he's able to go in as 18X.
Special Forces, huh? Yeah, tell him if he's looking to become an officer, you may want to go ahead and get the ball rolling on that. Does he have a degree already? He or she? I don't know who you asking for. Oh, said guy, right? How can I join the U.S. Army? Contact us. Send us a private message. We'll go over some pre-qualification stuff with you to make sure you qualify and kind of go from there. So if you're interested, just go ahead and send us a message and we'll ask you a couple questions and go from there. What are you doing?
You sound right away.
Huh? Physical requirements. It depends on what set of physical requirements you're asking about. Physical requirements for basic entry would be, of course, we have qualifications for height and weight standards. So depending on how old you are, how tall you are, you have to meet a certain height and weight standard. If you're talking physical requirements, we have a test that we administer for every job, every MOS. So in order to qualify for that MOS or that job, you have to pass a physical fitness test. And then there's traditional Army physical fitness test that you'll be going through in basic training. 2 miles, 2-mile run, 2 minutes of push-ups and 2 minutes of sit-ups. That'll all depend, again, on your age and your gender, males and females. So you can look all that up online. There may be a few details on our website, goarmyohio.com.
You receive your bonus once you sign into your first duty station. Your personnel section will start the process to get that money into your account.
And depending on how your bonus is set up and how much it is, it may be lump sum or it may be split up into increments each year that you enlisted for. So that will be in your contract when you enlist. You would know exactly how much your bonus is and how much you'll be receiving initially versus if you're going to be receiving anything after that per year. That's the best duty station.
It depends what you like.
Hot, cold, mountains, no mountains,
Alaska.
city or rural. Fort Polk, Louisiana. That's the best one. Really, LaRon, there's the difference. I mean, there's really not a difference. You'll still go through the same training. The MOSs are still the same for the National Guard and Reserve. There's really no difference in any of the training or anything like that. The biggest difference is, where you'll be working at after the training. And, the National Guard is a state-funded organization versus the Reserves, which is federally funded. But other than that, all the training, everything else that you'll go through will be identical. There's no difference between what we do as far as training and what the National Guard does. We know who you are, Mrs. Rhodes. Yeah, I don't know what that means, that last statement. Any other questions? Hopefully we've been able to answer all the questions that you guys have. If you have a question that you want to get with us on offline, go ahead and send us a message or give Sergeant Isaac a call.
That's why you should join the Army Reserve.
I mean, those things are, debatable.
What's the best part of the Army? The chow.
What is chow?
The food.
The food.
MREs.
What was the best part of the Army for you, Mrs. Rhodes, since you are a dependent? Your husband is a recruiter. How has your journey been as a spouse of a soldier? Has it been everything that you were hoping it would be?
What's up, Mr. Kitchen? I hope you're wearing your Army hat right now.
Who's that, Ricky?
Mm-hmm. Hey, Ricky, look, there's Bill. Wave to the camera, Bill.
Pretending to work.
Hey, Ricky.
Right there is Mr. Bill Stratton, our Education Service Specialist here at the Columbus Recruiting Battalion. If you have anything education-related / questions about education, this is the man. He does it all.
Go to our website. There's an education tab on there. It has all of Bill's information on there. And you probably saw our video from the education tour that we just did at Fort Lee, where we took a group of educators and volunteers out to Fort Lee and went through training with them and showed them what it's like to go through advanced individual training, which is job training. So they got to experience a little, a couple of MOSs, a couple of jobs, and how we train people. They actually got to see a live enlistment take place at the processing station, and probably the popular video was the simulator, the weapons simulator. That video got a little wild. It was like 60,000 views on that. What's that? What you can do to get ready? There's a couple things that you can do. Everyone thinks that it's just getting ready by physically training. That's a portion of it, but there's also other things that your recruiter would do to assist you. One thing you can do is you can go to the futuresoldiers.com website. There's a lot of good training on there that you can go through to learn like the Army Tom, learning how to, the Army phonetic alphabet. The rank structure, that's important. You want to know what the rank structure is once you get the basic training, so you address the person the right way, appropriately. So futuresoldiers.com has a lot of good training on there. You can go on there and actually get some good training on there before you leave for basic training. Everything else your recruiter would take care of. Every office normally has Future Soldier training at least once a week, where they bring everybody together and they have an agenda on what they're going to train on for that week. So that's a good thing to get involved with. You can bring some friends or, people that may be interested or thinking about it, so that they can get an understanding of how we operate as well. All right, Mr. Kitchen, we'll talk to you later.
I'll call it, Ashley. Appreciate it.
What are you doing? See, that's why I wanted to hold this session on the laptop, because it gets weird after a while. So we're going to get ready to wrap this thing up.
Are there any events where we can talk to the Army team about joining?
Yeah, there were a couple events mentioned at about the three-minute mark. No, I'm just joking. There were talks of that. The Franklin County Fair, we'll be setting up there. The Columbus State Fair. Like I said, you can catch me downtown this weekend at the Jazz and Rib Fest if you have any questions. I'll be down there. There are other events. We normally post them on our pages when we have these major events. Other than that, you can go into any office any day of the week, and we'll be happy to talk to you. You don't have to wait for an event. So come see us at the office. We have offices at all locations. If you don't know what your nearest office is, message us and we'll get you the info. We appreciate that. We appreciate that. Hopefully you enjoyed the game the other week. Kings Island? Yeah, we were just talking about that. Kings Island is one. I forgot that they were doing that out there. That was an ongoing thing. As soon as we get ready to close it down, then more people start coming on. That's because of you, man. You're special.
Good morning, Juliet.
Yeah, it was. It was. I actually made the Jumbotron at the game. Sergeant Isaac didn't, but I did. And I got a game ball too. I don't know how I ended up with that, but yeah, that video is on the page as well from the game on the 4th of July. So yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. But if you have any additional questions, I'm going to post a link for the website again, and also our contact information is on our Facebook page. So shoot us a message, myself or Sergeant Isaac, and we'll log back on here in a few weeks, answer some more questions, probably have some special guests, right? Not
Yep.
you. You're not special. But,
All right, everyone. Have a great day.